What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Amateur Hour TV for another video on the second channel for Amateur Hour. On this channel, I like to go through various NBA topics, especially concerning the Toronto Raptors, that I just don't have enough time to get to on the main channel, but I still would like to go out there and convey my opinion. So we're here to do that today. If you find yourself enjoying this one, be sure to drop a like and make sure you are subscribed to this channel. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. You can help us get there. And make sure to subscribe to my main channel, Amateur Sports, for 3 Raptors videos a week. A lot more professional than this. And I have over 10,000 subscribers there now. So thank you guys for that. But today, as you saw from the title, as you saw from the thumbnail, debating between Pascal Siakam and Devin Booker. Now, this is not a debate that I necessarily wanted to have, but it is one that I accidentally orchestrated on Twitter. Now, if you know me at all, you probably know of my presence on YouTube. I'm not a very presenceful figure on Twitter. I have only about 570 followers, but this tweet, for some reason, just blew up. It says, why does everyone agree that the Suns can't trade Devin Booker because Kevin Durant needs to play with him, but not giving the same energy to Pascal Siakam? I'm not saying Siakam is Booker, but the argument should be the same in terms of getting KD all-star teammates. So 349 likes. That is by far the most amount of likes I've gotten on a tweet that wasn't in a reply to somebody else, or that was kind of boosted by tagging like another account in it. Like organically, 349 likes, by far the most likes. Like I don't think I've ever gotten 100 likes on anything. Regardless, like after my tweet blowing up, the content of the tweet is what made that go. You get all those likes, get all those engagements, because people were debating between Siakam and Booker. Now, I didn't want to compare the players. I said, I'm not saying Siakam is Booker in the sense that I'm not saying that Siakam is as good as Booker necessarily. Maybe I would say that, and we'll get to that in just a second. But I'm not saying Siakam is better than Booker necessarily. But I'm saying if everybody is just going to collectively agree the Suns would not trade Devin Booker for Kevin Durant because that's the guy you need there for Kevin Durant to play with, we should also say that the Raptors should not trade Siakam because the idea of getting Kevin Durant is that you need to put him beside Pascal Siakam. We talk so much about Pascal Siakam not being a number one option. That's what people talk about, not necessarily me as much. Well, now we can make him one for Kevin Durant, for Kevin freaking Durant, if we can get that trade done, not involving Scottie Barnes. If you know me, you know I don't want to trade Scottie Barnes. But looking at what people were discussing in the comments, people were saying Siakam is nowhere near Booker. I had people say that Siakam is better than Booker. Like, it was just everything. Like, people were saying everything in comparison of the two players. In my opinion, I would probably say Booker is maybe slightly better than Siakam, but there are some certain fits that Siakam is better than Booker for. Like, in terms of a team dynamic, maybe Siakam is better because Siakam is a two-way player, a very, very good defender. They're both All-NBA players, though Booker was All-NBA first team, Siakam was All-NBA third team. Booker, probably an okay defender. His stats actually showcase he's a defender. Like, from what I've seen, I just don't see him as like a great defender like Pascal Siakam. But nonetheless, I will concede Devin Booker probably is a little bit better than Pascal Siakam, but a lot of people in my comments on that, or in the replies of that tweet, were saying Siakam is better than Booker. A lot of people in that were saying they don't even compare. Siakam is nowhere near Devin Booker. And as far as the comparison between players, I would put them on the same tier of talent. Like, I've conceded that maybe Booker might be slightly better, but I've conceded that, and I can also say that they're probably on the same tier of players. Like, they're not complete superstars, like, build your team around this type of guy. Like, they're not like on the same level as guys like Kevin Durant. They're probably on a similar tier, or the exact same tier, I would say. And I think any sane NBA fan would also agree. If you're not a sane one, you would say Booker is so much better than Pascal Siakam. Siakam is so much better than Devin Booker. Anybody who actually just wants to discuss basketball and actually understands basketball, and I'm not trying to say like you don't know basketball if you don't agree with me, but like, come on. Like, let's not joke around here. It's like there is not a lot separating these two players, if anything, in terms of their level of talent. And I recognize before all of you are just going to comment how you're so stupid, which a lot of people did. I know the Suns can't trade Devin Booker. I'm fully aware of that. They can't trade them. Sorry, the Suns can't trade Devin Booker to the Brooklyn Nets because Devin Booker is a designated player, as is Ben Simmons. They're both on 5-year rookie extensions. You cannot have those guys traded for on the same team. You could, if you involved a third team, which people are discussing for Bam Adebayo because he is also a designated player, and which is why there's so many complications with the Miami Heat trading Bam Adebayo for Kevin Durant, though I don't think the Miami Heat would want to trade Bam Adebayo anyway, even though Siakam, now that's a player Siakam is much better than Bam Adebayo. I watched Bam Adebayo turn into JaVale McGee in the playoffs a couple of months ago. So the point of the tweet, which got misconstrued, and I didn't want to say like Siakam was as good as Booker tweet because I didn't want the point to get misconstrued as far as that. I'm trying to say they're on a similar plane of talent. The point of the tweet is, I was trying to say that we're all saying KD needs to go to a team where he's going to be playing with an all-star teammate. Now, I get Pascal Siakam was also technically not an all-star, though I think making an all-NBA team would suggest that there was an error by voters in not making him an all-star. So I think we can call him an all-star teammate because he made all-NBA, even though he technically wasn't on the all-star team. The point of it is, Kevin Durant needs to show up to a team where he can play with an all-star, therefore they have a better chance of winning an NBA championship. And we agree with that for Devin Booker. We're not even mentioning Jimmy Butler in any sort of trade talks because we know he's going there to play with Jimmy Butler. Well, Kevin Durant should be going to the Raptors to play with Pascal Siakam. Scottie Barnes is off the table because that's the rookie of the year. That's the guy you want to build around in the future. But right now, if you're trading for Kevin Durant, is what you're focused on. You're focused on the right now. And the right now, you would need Pascal Siakam playing next to Kevin Durant. So if the Raptors are trading the all-star teammate, like, that's just a team built around a superstar, which, I mean, it worked for the Raptors in 2019. You had the superstar Kawhi Leonard. Even though Kyle Lowry was an all-star, he definitely wasn't a superstar. It was a team of great players around the superstar, and that can work, but I would prefer to have, the 1-2 combo that has become so popular in the NBA. And everybody's talking about, again, how Siakam needs to be that second option. Like, what a great opportunity to do that. I hold out hope maybe slightly Siakam can still be the number one guy, but realistically, great second option. And NBA champions need their second option. Teams need that second option. Like, all of these great teams winning championships have the second option. The Warriors, their second option, like Curry has Klay Thompson. He had him this year. Not really. It was pretty much a down year for the NBA. It was kind of the Curry show, but a lot of times you need that second option. And we can go back to 2015 where the second option was, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry. Then you go to LeBron. He had Kyrie Irving. Then you go to Kevin Durant, who had Steph Curry. I mean, having two superstars. Now, that is certainly something, but Giannis has Chris Middleton. Like, you need to have a second option. You can't just win a championship on your own. So you need to keep these good players around that guy. So, and that guy being Kevin Durant, you need to keep guys like Pascal Siakam. And, a lot of Brooklyn Nets fans were saying, like, okay, if you're not going to trade, like, you really think, like, the Brooklyn Nets would trade Kevin Durant if you're not trading Pascal Siakam? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they would. Maybe they wouldn't. If they don't, then, like, fine. Keep Kevin Durant. Enjoy that hostile and disastrous situation that you've created. Enjoy making that worse by keeping him longer. Like if Brooklyn want to hold off to get a better offer, that's fine. But, and I mentioned it in a amateur sports video that's going out either today, probably more likely tomorrow. It could go out today, but probably out tomorrow. And what I mentioned a lot is that which team is giving a player as good or even close to as good as Pascal Siakam? Nobody is offering that. The Suns are not offering Booker. They probably can't really make a trade happen there anyway. They're offering Ayton and Bridges. Ayton may not even be a Suns player by the end of the week if he signs an offer sheet and the Suns don't match it. Ayton and Bridges are nowhere near. I wouldn't say like nowhere near. They are not on Pascal Siakam's level, and that is a very safe thing to say. Miami are offering Tyler Hero, who is not on Pascal Siakam's level. So why do the Raptors need to be the team to offer up that big star, near superstar type of player if nobody else is going to do it? If the Raptors give Siakam, that's the best offer Brooklyn are going to get based on what we've seen so far. And if they're like, okay, if they're not going to give Siakam, like we're not happy with any of these offers, we'll just keep Kevin Durant. I can't see any way that Kevin Durant's trade value increases with that. It's only going down. This is probably the most value they're going to get out of Kevin Durant. Like for the rest of the time, he's a Brooklyn Nets player. I can't see him going back and playing. Like he requested a trade. Like if Kyrie Irving's gone, which doesn't really, we don't know about that either. If the Lakers didn't make that happen, I think ultimately something will happen there. I believe it is within the best interest of the Brooklyn Nets to get that trade done, get them out of there, and start retooling, start not necessarily rebuilding, but start building something around your new core of Ben Simmons and whatever players you get for, Kevin Durant, and then possibly Kyrie Irving. They're probably not going to get somebody great for Kyrie Irving, but start building a new team. Just put this behind you. You went for it. You got Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. You went for it. Just didn't really quite work out, obviously. But yeah, try something new now. Time to move on. If you want to hold on, sure. I'm not saying the Brooklyn Nets need to just take whatever offer is available. Just take anything. That's not what I'm saying. They can certainly get a good package, but unless like New Orleans get involved and offer Brandon Ingram, they will struggle. They are like really not going to get a player as good as Siakam. So I don't see a reason for the Raptors to offer him. And also the final point is the Raptors don't have to. The Raptors are good. They're not championship caliber. They won't be this year. They won't be next year, but the year after that, maybe they will be. And they'll be at that championship caliber with a young team that they've built together. Like that is going to be a great team going forward. It's not as foolproof as, the contender Kevin Durant makes you right away. But, with injuries, maybe something goes on. Ultimately, the Raptors can be patient. They have time on their side. They have a great core of players. They don't need to do this. It would be awesome. I would love it, but they don't need to, like maybe some other teams might. Like maybe the Phoenix Suns might, who are looking at, okay, Chris Paul's 37. Can this team be better next year without DeAndre Ayton? Probably not. Their championship window is potentially already closed or starting to kind of, we're seeing the door kind of creak inside and start to close there. Miami with their team, they're getting better, but the East is going to get better. I never really saw them the true 1 seed last year, even though they almost got to the NBA Finals. Like, the Celtics getting better, the Sixers getting better, the Raptors getting better. These teams are in more desperate situation than the Raptors, so if they want to make that big trade, go ahead, but the Raptors don't need to. You want to listen for Gary Trent, OG Anunoby? Okay, that's something we can do. Pascal Siakam, don't think is completely off the table, but personally, I wouldn't do it, and I don't think we need to get this to happen. So what do you guys think of all these situations? What do you think of the tweet I have put out here? It got a... I thought I'd get 5 to 10 likes. It got 3. It's actually at 350 now as I've recorded this video. So thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you did enjoy. It goes a long way to supporting the channel. And make sure you're subscribed to Amateur TV for more content all throughout the offseason on my second channel. Be sure you're subscribed to my first channel and my third channel as well. They're linked in the description. Amateur Sports, Amateur Clips. This is Amateur TV. We're signing off on this one. Probably no video this weekend. We'll probably be back on Tuesday. We'll see, but probably back on Tuesday. So see you then on this channel for another video.